there, folks.
Hi there.
It's another episode of the Würfel Cast. It's been a while,
Hooray.
but
Very
we're
long
back.
time.
Well, had some stuff to do. Yeah,
Very well.
there's real life beyond the horizon of podcast and board games.
I disagree. Uh,
Okay. By the way, have you heard about the CGE drama?
yeah, I didn't understand all that. There's always somebody who's going to be upset about something.
Well, I'll tell you what. There are stupid people. There is vocal mafia, and they keep doing their thing. And oh gosh, just
Well,
over a game, over a theme that people love all over the world.
well, everyone has an opinion, and that's fine.
True. Just don't take it out of your household. Sometimes it's better to keep it shut.
Me
Anyway,
too.
but yeah. Anyway, we're here to discuss board games, but not
It's exciting.
but not not always. Sometimes we
Oh,
discuss some other stuff,
okay.
which is the Watcher's Babble.
Ah,
Yeah, and you know what?
what?
It's been a while, so I had a lot to watch.
Oh,
So, but tell me about your pick and
well, what I would pick
Fallout 2.
is
Oh, nice.
that's not what
Sorry.
I would pick. No. Um, what I think is the most interesting thing I've seen in the time we haven't recorded this is a fantastic movie, and I saw it twice actually because it was just so delightful, and that is The Naked Gun.
Yeah, I hesitate. I like.
Did you
I
watch The
love the
Naked
list,
Gun?
not the new one, because
Oh,
I
the new
don't know.
one
It.
is fantastic. It
Okay.
feels it doesn't it, so it's not a reboot. It's just sort of it's Naked Gun 4. Um, and Leslie Nielsen obviously is not in it because he's dead. Uh,
Sadly.
well, and has been for about 15 years, so it's not like it's recent news. Um, but the Naked Gun movie was just so much fun. It feels like it's just, I mean, it's got sort of the same beats, the same types of jokes, the same sort of very serious actor playing a very silly role. Uh, it
Yeah.
my favorite sort of my favorite moment, the moment that really made it for me, is fairly early on. There's sort of a running gag in Leslie Nielsen movies where he needs to come up with a fake name, and so he looks around the room and sees some things, and comes up with a very fake sounding name, and so he's introducing the female lead to the main villain, and introduces her as Cherry Roosevelt, Fat Bozo Chow and Spaghetti, and
Okay.
and that's great. But what really sells it is the bad guy then thinks that's her name and refers to her as Miss Spaghetti for the rest of the movie. And
Okay.
it just, there's lots of jokes like that that just have a whole lot of payoff, even though they're ridiculous. It's also only an hour and a half, which is kind of, it feels short for these days, but it's just about, it's the perfect length. It comes in, does what it needs to do, and then goes home. And I just really thought it was delightful. If you liked the old Naked Gun movies, you'll like this one. If you didn't like them, well, this isn't going to change your mind because it's really, it feels like it just belongs as number 4 on the shelf. And I'm hoping that there are more because this one was really well done and very enjoyable and one that I would look forward to seeing as many times as I've seen the first 3.
So basically, it's like a reboot of the Naked Gun. Might be if it becomes its own series.
Well, maybe. I mean, so this character is the son of Leslie Nielsen's character, and Priscilla Presley has a very short
Okay.
cameo where she kind of just, she just shows up, but doesn't actually say anything. She's just there. So it really feels like Naked Gun Next Generation
Okay.
with no O.J. Simpson.
Well, I think I'll watch it. This is not the movie that I'll go watch in the theaters. I we'll probably just wait for it to be on Netflix or whatever, and then watch it.
Sure.
Because
I think you'll enjoy it. You know, if nothing else, watch it on a plane on the way to the Dice Tower cruise, uh, because
sure.
that's dead time anyway. But it was very enjoyable.
Okay. That's good. That's good. I like it. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Anyway, for my pick, you know me. But look, I watched some Netflix stuff and I was
Was it an
hesitant to talk
anime?
about. Well, I do watch anime
Uh-oh.
on Netflix as well, but no, I watch anime on Crunchyroll because
I
it's a
see.
platform for that. But no, I thought about uh, talking about Wednesday, but they do this weird thing nowadays that there is a new season, and then they're like, it's a part one of new season, and
Yeah, I
then
don't
if you
like
want
that.
part two, you have to wait for it for a month. It's like,
Hmm.
why are you doing that? Just give me the whole season. Let me binge. I know they do that for reviews. It's like spreading it out because if a season is longer, uh, the more you go into the episodes, the less people watch it. Some people drop off, but if you do it in uh, two parts, maybe it's more views in total. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about it. Because
Sounds like
I
you're
want to
talking
watch
about
the
it.
whole. No, I just wanted to
Oh,
say that
I
I
see.
want to watch the whole season and then judge it, review it, whatever. But yeah, I watched bunch a bunch of new animes, and I started another one. I have several animes that have like that. There is an episode a week for their new season, so I
Mm-hmm.
jump from one anime to another. But there's been two animes, the new ones that are quite popular, great rating. One of them is Kaiju number 8, and
Okay.
it's shonen like Bleach, One Piece, Naruto type thing. But it's a great animation. It's a new show, rather new. You see, 2024, 2025 right now in two seasons. The second season is not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a world where there are kaiju. And kaiju is like Godzilla like things, but there are different forms of kaiju. And people fight them. There is a defense corps in Japan who fight the kaiju. And then there is a unit who are cleaners. Basically, they clean the aftermath because the kaiju, when they're killed, they explode. Whatever, it's like all the intestines all around the city. They have to clean it up, etc. And
Okay.
there's that guy who who wanted to be a great defense corps. I don't know, captain, whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
and he has a childhood friend, and and I'm not great with names. I don't remember all the names, but
Does they all sound the same to you?
no, it's just I watch so many animes that
Ah, I see.
uh,
Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
I cannot really remember all the
Who could
names.
expect you to pay attention to all the shows you watch?
Yeah, but once I start watching the new episode, I remember all the names. But anyway,
Okay.
so and she becomes a captain, and he's in a cleaning crew, so he couldn't really catch up to her. But
Okay.
something unexpected happens, and he gains the power of a kaiju. He can transform into kaiju, but he has his consciousness. And they
Okay.
at first he tries to hide this thing. One person only knows. He's kind of a subordinate that knows about
Only
him
three
being
others
a
know our
kaiju.
secret.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. but but I mean, and he's named kaiju number 8 because they named the bigger threats that show up. They name them with like numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So and he became a kaiju number 8, and that stuck to him. So, but
I
yeah,
see.
eventually, it's all the drama, but it's a lot of fighting, great scenes, becoming stronger. but having consequences. And there's that kaiju number 9, who is a villain, who also has
Mm.
consciousness, but is a huge villain. So on and so on. So it goes on. Uh,
Okay.
I haven't seen a lot of the story. I don't know. It's probably a manga. Manga probably has many more chapters. So I'm only on season 2, and it only has 2 seasons.
No.
Season 2 is still in kind of a coming up each week.
Very well.
So I really enjoy it. I really recommend it. You can see the
Okay.
rating. It's 8.3. It's one of the most popular series right now on Crunchyroll. So
Got it. All right. Well,
Kaiju
there you
number
are.
8. Oh, 4 wins, 25 nominations. You see. Okay, that's it for the Watcher's Babble. Let's
There
get
we
to the
go.
next topic, which is recent plays. Let me get to why I'm okay. Here we go. For some reason I don't see a okay. Something's weird.
Okay.
Anyway, it's on my side. I don't know what's happening.
All right.
Oh, got it back. All good, all good. Anyway, let's talk about recent plays.
Okay. So the recent play I'll talk about is a game I played just yesterday. It's not a new game. It's been out for a couple of years. I discovered it on the Dice Tower cruise a couple of years ago. I never picked it up because my friends said that they had a copy and they're the people I'd play it with. So ultimate, ultimately, I just was going to play it with them, and they're trying to play through their games, all their games that start with A, and then all their games that start with B. So I said, hey, maybe this will be a good chance to get this one out. This game is
Okay.
Arborea,
Okay.
and Arborea is it's no, it's not this one. I think it's
Oh,
EA at the end.
Arborea. Arborea.
There we
Okay.
go. So if you look at the board, it's a splash of lots of color. This is a weird game. It is one that I played it with. I mean, I learned it from the rule book on the cruise because I
Oh,
was interested in finding it. It does have a lot of color, and if you what this game's sort of core mechanism is, it's kind of hard to see, but you see there's those trails. There's some meeples, and then there's trails under and above them.
well,
And so what you're
sorta.
going to do is every turn you're going to either place one of your meeples at the start of one of those tracks or slide the track forward. And whenever this track moves, anybody who's on it can jump off onto one of those slides. And then on your turn, you can activate a couple of those slides and sort of move the people up to the end, hitting all the bonuses in between or down. And the bonuses can get better the more times you sort of do a particular color. Ultimately, the goal is to get resources, and the resources are a shared commodity. So I can fill up the pool. I have sort of first crack at those resources, but if they're still around on your turn, well, you can use them instead. And then you're trying to fill up these cards, and then with the cards, you're going to be flipping them over and make a landscape. And then there are animal meeples that you're going to put out on the landscape, and they're going to score in a variety of ways. And that's kind of how the game works. It's not a complicated game, but because of how this board is designed, it's very difficult to sort of see what you need to do. It's you really have to be thinking, okay, I need access to this resource. Which of the 6 slides, 8 slides is going to get me access to that resource? And so, okay, I got to go here. And at the end of your turn, all of the slides move as well if you're on them. So all of those little bars. So there's a lot kind of going on. It's very interactive. You can kind of judge where someone else is going to go and then, hang out on that slide for a little longer because you think they're going to advance it. It's a lot going on, and the board looks like there's a lot going on. So that's true.
Yeah.
It's definitely not one I would teach to the faint of heart, and it's not going to be for everybody. But I really enjoyed it. I liked it the first time, and I've liked it this time. I had a really good time with it, and again, not for everyone, but really a lot of fun.
Yeah, it seems to be it's another Euro game where
A what?
with a lot of abstract things together, and they decided that wait, we have the whole rainbow of colors. Let's just splash it on.
It
I
is a
mean,
very colorful board.
I like cool looking stuff and colorful stuff, but
But you would prefer beige for this game?
yes, it would represent the game better. But no. The thing is that it it kind of pushes me away from this game. The looks
it
of it.
it will for a lot of people because and honestly, if I'm not suggesting that this is necessarily one you have to try.
This
Uh,
one oh,
it's
looks
just it's
trash.
very colorful, and
Yeah,
because of that, it's a little bit difficult to see what you're doing.
yeah.
You might say that board looks a little busy. Uh,
um, I have
you
no
wouldn't say
words.
that? Okay.
I wouldn't say it looks a bit busy.
You
I would
wouldn't?
say it looks atrociously busy. Okay, no.
Okay.
Um.
Anyway, that's what
Anyway,
I played. I
yeah,
played it just yesterday and had a great time with it.
yeah. For my pick, so I haven't played much. Recently I'm not. I'm watching a lot of anime and not playing board games really. Harder. Summer is for me at least. I have a limited number of people I play with, and I could go out and play in the board game clubs. Whatever. We have a lot of these meetings and comings together. Where I could go and play, but I don't know. I'm a bit introverted in summer, staying at home
I
watching
see.
anime. But sometimes somebody comes and we play a game, and I have a certain person who I play Dragon Eclipse with, and
Okay.
we continued Dragon Eclipse, and I still enjoy it very much.
Good.
I think I said it before, and I'll still say it, that the story element of this game is completely solo. It's I would rather play it solo because it's just reading text and then choosing something. Either it's one player or two players, doesn't matter much. Now, of course, we make it more fun. We do the different voiceovers or voices for different
Oh,
characters,
really?
and
Okay.
and we even had this Russian guy character and whatever. We do some weird voices for different characters, but it's just fun, because just reading out loud. Uh, but because I would rather read it alone. But then if we act it out somehow, it's cooler with two players.
Okay.
Now, when we get to and exploring is great. Watching the map, looking for hidden numbers like in Unlock, series, it's great. And then the second part is combat, and combat is great. I love combat, and I love combat as a two-player. I would not. I don't want to play a combat part as a solo because you still get to. I say Pokemon, but it's not really Pokemon. You still get your two dragon, whatever they are, creatures. But then you have one versus one, and then if one of your dragons dies, you can summon another one. But in two players, each of you has one creature, and then you are two versus one. But the enemy creature has this boost with the major corruption card as extra health, extra damage, whatever, extra defense. And the whole combat idea is great. It's a turn-based cards. You start to strategize. Okay, so here I move, here I do this. But each time you play a card, it's in a certain slot, and the different slots give you different amount of crystals. The crystals are used for special attacks that you have. They are major, great attacks, but you have to collect crystals for them, or you have some extra actions you can do. Extra movement, or discard a card to draw a new card because you don't like the choice you have right now. So it's a lot of that uh, great stuff going on here. And the cool part about the combats is you encounter those wild creatures, and not all of them so far, but most of them, you can try to tame. And to tame them, you have a list of conditions you need to meet in that particular order. And some of them are a little bit difficult to do or not, but we're always trying to tame everyone as much as possible. And that's a lot of
Right.
fun. Yeah.
I know.
Well,
That's when I played it. That's what I did too. So.
because yeah, killing them, yeah, we could, and when we play a two-player, like for example, I have a lot. I had at that point, I had a lot of this range attacks on the offensive side. Like a little bit like a tank, but always getting hit, always getting lower health. And that other person, they play the Iceling, and they have different means of healing themselves, etc. So they are more of that, they are more of the tank, e-
Hmm.
essentially. But the fire dragon has kind of a more raw attack power or something like that. It's a combination of that. And even cooler part is, um, after you finish the scenario, you first of all open a boost pack, and there are cards, and if you have a retail version, you create those boost packs basically. But the deluxe version has those, real, when you rip the package, and to get the cards, and there are some legendary cards, some good cards, and it's so much fun because I wasn't really into that kind of a deck building,
Hmm.
magic stuff, etc. Not my thing. But in this one, I kind of enjoy it. I enjoy getting new cards. I'm like, oh yeah, because we played quite a bunch of combat. We had quite a bunch of combat so
Yeah.
far, and I already understand my deck, and I'm like, oh, this new card, yeah, I really want it, And then you start deck building. There are rules how you deck build, etc. Uh, Thankfully, it's like, I don't know, 16 cards total, so you don't need to make a
It's a
huge deck like
pretty
Magic, etc.
tight deck. Hmm.
Yeah, and it gives you extra decisions, and like, oh, I really want to put this card in, but I need to get rid of another card, and it has the restriction that, oh, that type of card can only have one of them, or that type of card, I can only have
Right.
three of them, whatever. Like, it creates this dilemma, and the further you go, the more great cards you have. But sometimes you need to sacrifice some of those great cards because, like, oh, if I put all of these great cards, yeah, I have this raw power, but zero defense or whatever, zero movement. I'll be useless. I need to balance it out.
Right.
So all of that and getting some extra cards, and we haven't seen a lot yet. We haven't played a lot. We haven't even gotten to advancement deck B. We're only on
Okay.
advancement deck A. So there are probably some cooler cards even there. So this is great. I enjoy it.
It's a
It's
fun
a
game.
great game. Yeah, and this turn-based combat. So in video games, I don't really like turn-based combat, but this game kind of provokes me to try video games that are turn-based now. Kind of,
Hmm.
it's getting me on rails. It's getting me into that kind of a combat. So thanks to that game,
Okay.
and there's still a lot to go because there is the main game, and then we have the perilous seas or whatever, the extra content, extra two
Oh,
scenarios. Yeah,
got it.
that wasn't the deluxe box. So we still have a lot to play to do, and scenarios are quite long. Be sure
They
to
are.
to have some, like, if you play alone, you probably play it faster, but as a two-player, we discussed
Probably.
the side. So
Fair
still,
enough.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Well, they were long even solo. So.
okay. Anyway, Dragon Eclipse, an amazing game.
All right.
Let's get to the next topic, which is crowdfunding. Tell
Yeah,
me,
it's
Kyle.
kind of a
Tell me
dry
more.
pool here. A dry pool, but on GameFound, there's something I'm excited about. Something I know I'll love, and that is called
Oh,
Arc Nova 3
oh
Edition.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
3D. Yeah, there you go. There
yeah,
you
yeah.
can
It
see it right there.
stupid name.
3 Edition.
Oh gosh.
So this is just Arc Nova. It's basically
Yes.
a nicer version of the game, and this is a game I play quite a bit. So having a nice version of it now, I don't really know what it's going to look like other than the pictures, right? Which are some 3D renders. I'm not sure that this is what the game needs. To be honest, I worry that this might make the game less functional. Um, but I'm certainly willing to try. It's a game I rather enjoy. It's a game I think will look great when it's all set up and on the table, and it won't look like a polyomino game anymore. Instead, it will look like a zoo. Maybe. I wish what they were coming out were cards with better artwork. I don't think that's part of this experience. But it's a game I love, so it's a game I want to look nice. And unlike many things you find on these types of websites, I'm guaranteed to enjoy this game.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a safe bet for you.
Yeah.
Also,
So
there was
this one,
nothing else.
yeah. So this one has you can upgrade your Arc Nova into acrylic, special
Yeah.
buildings, and the box, of course, and it's 85 euros plus tax plus. I don't know. For example, in Europe, the tax is it's the price is always without tax. So, for example, if it says 85, I'm paying plus 24% on top of that plus shipping.
Yeah.
Would be the
Plus you get
stupidest
to
thing
wait
to
for it
do.
for a long time.
Yeah. Then you can get Eagle Pledge, color special buildings and clicks 125. But if you're as crazy as Kyle, you probably got the 261.
No
Is it right?
comments. No comment.
Yeah, yeah. Pledged 3,589 times. You were probably number 3 to pledge on that. I'm
Well, I don't know
sure
that I
of
had to
that.
get in there right away. But I mean, I'm excited for this one, so I
Okay.
will enjoy this.
I don't know. I'm just spending so much money on this blink. I don't know.
On Bling,
Yeah. Okay,
all
my
right.
pick.
What amazing thing have you found to talk about?
Well, nothing really. I could talk
Because
about
there's
Blood
nothing
Rage.
there.
Everybody has and knows Blood Rage. There
Yep,
is that The Witcher Legacy,
but it's not on there
uh,
yet. It's just a
but
here we're
it's a
talking about it.
preview, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll put follow here. Okay. Anyway, I just saw Ascension is coming back, the 15th anniversary edition. I was like, okay, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna mention it. No, I mean like this was. I just wanted to mention because Ascension was my first deck building game, and it was in early
Mm-hmm.
days when we just started playing games,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like, and somebody was like, "Oh, let me teach you Ascension," and he taught us, and we were like, "What? Such mechanism exists, and now it's everywhere."
Fair.
And it was so great. We borrowed it, we took it home, we played it many, many, many times in a row. We played it a lot, and I just have great memories of Ascension.
Good.
And if you want to get to enjoy, sorry, itchy nose. If you want to get to enjoy Ascension, you can get it. I don't know how great of the artwork it has here. It doesn't seem to be. Maybe it is a better artwork than the first edition that you know. Probably, yeah. The first edition had like some scribbles and a 3-year-old trying to come up with a picture. This one, I still like it, and I find it better than Dominion. Dominion is a
Okay.
worse deck builder than Ascension. Ascension is more fun.
Well, it's a fun game. I don't know that I'll get it here because I'm I already have it, and I don't know that I need the new version because I don't know that I'm not sure I'll go back and play it. That's really what it is because I worry that some of these games like Ascension and Dominion, I don't. I worry that I may have moved on from them. I guess is what I would say.
Yeah. Well, me too, probably, but um, just mentioning it because it was my
Okay.
first one, my first
Sure.
love.
All
Um,
right.
and by the way, you can get it for $40. The base game. It's if you want to just try it, and you probably live in US and you don't need to pay extra taxes for that, and the shipping is not too high, then $40 is not much for a game. Just to try it.
Yeah, I will say that this particular company vastly underestimates how long it will take for the game to come out.
Well, it says December.
Of 2026, yeah, it'll probably be December of 2027 based on their track record.
Sorry.
But that's all right.
Okay. Let's get to the next topic, which is buy, try, goodbye.
All right. Well, of course, today we are talking about deck building games, which is one of your favorite topics.
Yet.
Oh, sorry, not deck building games. Not deck building games. Trick taking games. There we go. The first one we're going to talk about. So I've picked 3 trick taking like games that you might enjoy. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a game called Ghosts of Christmas.
Ghosts of Christmas. Ghosts of Tsushima.
No, Ghosts of Christmas.
Okay.
So this is a weird deck building game because really you're kind of paying. So you're in this game. I don't know why I keep saying deck building. I mean trick taking. You put me on deck building there. So what you're doing in this game is you're trying to you're playing 3 different kind of tricks: a past trick, a present trick, and a future trick. And it's one of those weird Japanese trick-taking games. And based on what you do in the first trick, it will spill over into the second one, which could spill over into the third one. So you really have to play this sort of time management game as well as the trick-taking. You're trying to get wreaths on doors is really how you're scoring points. But that's kind of how it works. It's really unlike anything else out there. And this interesting sort of time continuum that you're going through really doesn't show up in a whole lot of games of its ilk.
Okay.
The second one is a much more traditional trick-taking game, and this game is called Rebel Princesses. Rebel Princess.
Okay.
So in Rebel Princess, this is basically Hearts, which is the sort of quintessential trick-taking game that most people know, but it's Hearts with special powers. So the way this game works is you are a princess and you're trying to avoid wedding proposals at the ball. And so the prince's suit is full of, they come with wedding proposals. Okay, I don't know what that picture was.
Me neither. Okay.
Okay, anyway. And so you're trying to avoid getting them. They would be the Hearts in traditional Hearts. And then there is a frog prince who's a prince in disguise. And because you're so surprised by him, he's worth a lot of extra negative points. So what you're trying to do is either win all of the bad tricks, which is sort of where the term shoot the moon comes from. If you do, then you get negative points because you want as few points as possible. If you're unable to do that, then you get the positive points, which is bad. But you also have each character has their own special power that they can use at some point during the trick. So that will make it interesting. And you play a few hands, and then the game's over.
Okay.
So
I mean,
very traditional.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's always tricky to.
It's what?
Yeah. It's pun intended. It's always tricky to explain trick-taking games.
It is.
Because it sounds weird. I don't really understand until I probably play it.
Yeah. And the third one we'll talk about is, I'm just looking at the name here, Joraku. And Joraku, Jor.
Oh, I played that one.
You have? Oh.
Well, I think, look, to be honest, when I looked at this one, I'm like, oh, I played it, but it seems like I didn't play a full game.
Ah.
I probably, or maybe I played a full game. I don't remember.
You hadn't rated it, so.
Yeah, because it's been from times that I didn't mark down or rate games, so I
see. All right.
I played that one, but I don't remember anything.
Okay. Well, this is another this is a trick-taking game that uses trick taking as sort of the core mechanism for area control and attacking. So, and this is the new version. This is I haven't even played this version.
Hmm.
But yeah, you're using this sort of trick taking to
Hmm.
whoever wins the trick will sort of get access to different areas. You'll put the troops in, and then you're trying to score points based upon the areas that you control at various times during the game. So it's using trick taking as a mechanism to sort of fuel a dudes on a map style of game, which is really more of an area control than anything else. So there you go.
Yeah. It's more ideas game design. Yeah, yeah. Draco. This one looks different. It's not this cover. I
Yeah,
played
this is a
something
new edition.
older.
Yeah, I think I played the
Oh,
older
this
one
one
too.
probably is the old one.
Yeah, that's the old one.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, okay. Uh, yeah, I I just remember that I played a game called Jiraku, but and I look at it and I kind of remember the map, but
Hmm.
nothing else.
Yeah, the one with the cubes is
Okay.
the old one that I played. All right, well,
Yeah,
those are your
it had
three.
cubes. Yes.
The third one was a legitimate pick because you hadn't rated it.
And yeah, the thing is that I played a bunch of games that from that time when I started playing that I didn't
Hmm.
rate, and going back, so I did with some games going back and rating them just to mark down that I played it, and or marking at least like one play, though I might have played it a bunch, but I couldn't remember all the like it was many years forward that I was like, oh, I haven't really looked at the games I didn't mark here on Board Game Geek.
I
It's
see. Okay.
but whatever.
Well, let's
Okay,
see. You haven't
so
played it in a while, at least. So,
no, probably not since 2014,
okay. Well, then it's practically a new game for you.
something like that. I don't know when it came out. Um, yeah, the Rebel Princess probably of balancing out positive and negative points is probably something interesting to try.
Okay.
So we'll go with buy on that one.
Ah, all
A
right.
try is gonna be this weird Ghosts of Christmas, not
Mm-hmm.
Tsushima Christmas, not a video game, about the planning into the past, present, and future, and I even saw beyond the future.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So kind of a planning it out this way. The the future turns, yeah, it might be interesting. So I'm gonna try this one. And Jiraku, I didn't mark it. I don't remember it. I remember that I played it, but I probably didn't care about it at all because it's. I remember now it had cubes and it was area control, and I'm not really a fan of area control games.
Okay.
So this one's goodbye. So Jiraku goodbye. Ghosts of Christmas try, and I want to be a rebel princess. So
All
bye.
right. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so we're done with that topic. So let's get to the topic of the day. Top five, oops, trick taking games, not deck building games.
Yep. I'm not gonna use that
Trick
term again.
taking.
These are trick taking games. All the ones on my list legitimately are. I just for some reason can't seem to say that words.
And yet again, it has been extremely tricky for me to find suitable candidates for this list because I've not played that many.
And for
And
me, it has also been tricky to find suitable candidates for the list because I've played so many.
yeah, I'm just avoiding them usually. It's not my genre of games. But I've played when I looked at this, I played a few and I'm like, oh, I haven't played that one. I haven't played that one. No, it's but not
Yeah.
many, not many.
Okay.
So
Yeah, for me, I used to think I didn't like trick-taking games. There's a game called Tichu that I really disliked, and that made me think I didn't like this type of game. But I sort of would casually find one and I would like it, and then I'd find another one and I'd like it. So I think really I just don't like the game Teach You, and I do like all these other games. So
Wait, is Texas Showdown a trick taking game?
yes, it is.
Well, now I remember.
Okay. Have you
Might have
found
been on
one
my
for the
list.
list? Uh huh.
Yeah, might have been, but I'm not gonna change it. I mean,
Texas
I played
Showdown's
it.
one of the
I
best
don't.
trick-taking games. It's not on my list, but
Well, now you know it's my number 6.
okay.
Let's say that. Yeah, just remember that I played it on the cruise.
With me,
No,
yes.
I played with you, but then I played it again with other people. With Corey Thompson, he was
Okay.
like, "Come, let's play this game," and it was a few years later, probably, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, "What's this game?" I didn't remember it anymore
Oh,
since I played with you. So it's like,
well, it
oh,
doesn't have the name of that game doesn't do it a whole lot of favors. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Let's get to number 5.
okay. Are you ready? My number 5
Oh,
is a
wait, wait,
game
wait,
you
wait,
have.
wait, 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 wait. Oh, I had to do this. Well, some
All
effects,
right.
and
Yeah.
now that
Very
I'm
well. My number 5 is, I think, the one game on this list that you have played. In fact, I know you've played it, and that is the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game.
I know
This
nothing
is
about it.
a
Oh, no.
Well, that's all right. Although you did play it with me several times on the cruise. This one has largely replaced the crew for me because I enjoy sort of the story-based experience of it. You're taking a couple of characters. You have a mission. It's a cooperative trick-taking game. The mission might be, well, every character kind of has their own goal, and you're going to pick these characters based upon what you think you can do. And so one character might need to win a specific card. One character might need to win no tricks. One might need to win the first and the last, or have only one color of card left in their hand at the end of the round. There's a variety of sort of
Mhm.
small missions, and you're working together without discussing to try and manipulate your cards. There's some passing involved, and you're ultimately going to play your cards and follow suit if you can or not if you can't, and try and work together to help everybody achieve their mission. Then you'll set up the next story. There's another chapter. It'll be different characters, different missions, sometimes different cards, and things will sort of change and evolve as you go. Once you make it all the way to the end, you can kind of play an eternal game if you don't want to reset it and play through the story again. So there's that. But it's a fun little game. It looks great. It's got interesting artwork. And although I wouldn't say that it's super thematic, I don't really feel like I'm playing through the Hobbit stories from the Lord of the Rings, but hey, there's a little bit of thematic flair in there as well. But it's a lot of fun. That is my
Or
number
any
5.
trick taking games, thematic enough. It's like it's a trick taking game.
Well, um, a couple later on my list are much more thematic than this,
Okay,
but it's a fun game.
I don't really remember this one. I might have been
Okay,
drunk or something. I don't know.
I see.
Or, or
I'm sure it won't show up later on your list.
no, I don't remember
Okay.
this one.
Hmm. Very well. I definitely believe you. What's your
I
number
probably
5?
played it, but I don't know. My
Mm-hmm.
number 5, and I'll tell you again, it's not on my list. So I'm gonna say to you, niet.
Ah, this
Yeah.
is one of
Oops.
the
Here we
first
go.
trick-taking games. I think I taught you this one.
Maybe the board game camp.
Mm-hmm.
I played for the first time, I think. And
And this was
this
one. This
one,
was an early time in trick-taking for you.
and I cannot really explain that one. You basically create a rule set on the spot for that one,
Mm-hmm.
and then you play in teams. And I cannot really explain it further, but it was a fun game. The fun part is creating these kind of rules.
Right.
Like you're covering up some stuff that it's not gonna work,
Cover up
and
the
then
rules
you're
that aren't going to be.
yeah. So the Trump is now this symbol. Super Trump is now one of that symbol. and I don't remember about the point thing, but you discard 2 cards or you pass cards or you whatever, like
Yep.
you create the stuff and then you play it. You play your usual trick taking game.
Yep. It's a fairly standard trick taking game in terms of how it plays. There's not a whole lot of splash and flare in the actual cards, but that sort of concept of each hand is going to be different because we're sort of collectively turning off rules so that only one
Yeah.
remains is a really interesting concept, and this was one of those games that really kind of brought me back to trick taking. So
Hmm.
it's a good
And
one.
I found it quite amusing. Plus, it has this kind of a Soviet, "Niet," no, in Russian, but
Soviet,
it has yeah, and the
I
artwork
see.
it's like a little bit of the Soviet Union,
Got it.
where the guy says "Niet" to vodka. You
Oh,
know,
I don't think that happened in the
you
Soviet
haven't seen
Union.
that one?
Uh,
It's a real kind of ad, a paper
oh,
ad, where like they wanted to encourage people to not drink too much, and then there's a
huh.
guy
Okay, I'll
turns
look that up.
he says "Net." I might be able to.
Oh, I found it already. There we go. He
Yeah,
looks like somebody I know. That's all right.
yeah. It's like yeah, he has a kind of
Okay.
small plate with some
Mm-hmm.
food, and yeah, you found it. Okay, yeah, that's
Yes.
interesting.
All right. Well, there you go. I
All right, so let's get to number 4.
number 4. All right. My number 4 is a game from Korea. I ordered it from Korea. And
Hmm.
this is in a family of two-player trick-taking games, which really wasn't a thing until a couple of them came out. There's a few of them now, and some of them are quite good, and this is one of them. This game is called Jekyll versus Hyde.
Hmm.
There's another one, Jekyll versus Hyde versus Scotland Yard, but I think Jekyll versus Hyde is a little bit better than Jekyll versus Hyde versus Scotland Yard. So one person plays Dr. Jekyll, and the other person plays Mr. Hyde. And what you're trying to
Surprise.
do is you're trying to sort of move that pawn in your direction, right? To get sort of get it to the end essentially. And Dr. Jekyll wants the tricks to be balanced. He wants him to win half the tricks and Hyde to win half the tricks because that's going to help him advance. Mr. Hyde wants to go all in on one particular. He wants to either win them all or lose them all, if I'm remembering
Take
correctly.
over the body. Yeah, or
Exactly. And so there's this sort of dual goals going on. There's three colors. It's a three suited trick, so there's three different colors, and the colors have some sort of there's some abilities that are going on. You're going to be changing sort of which one is trump, which one is not, or which one is not trump, but which one's higher ranked versus lower ranked, and I guess that's kind of like trump. And then there's also potion cards that are going to add things to sort of uh, change and surprise you with the different things that can happen. The potions will modify the tricks in some way, but that's really what you're doing. You're going to play a couple of rounds, and that pawn is going to move sort of one way or the other. If Jekyll's able, I think, to hold on, I think that's what he wants to do is hold on and not let it move, and then Mr. Hyde wants to get it to the end, and he gets to move it based upon sort of the difference in the number of tricks that he has won versus Dr. Jekyll. And if Jekyll's able to hold it steady, then it's going to stay put. I think it's 3 rounds and then it's over. It's a great little two-player trick-taking game with a fun theme, but again, not that much there. Although more than just playing cards.
yeah. And by the way, folks, it's welcome to Political Podcast because we're gonna talk a lot about Trump. Lots
There
of
we go.
Trumps.
That's true.
Trump here, Trump there.
Although, yeah, I don't know that I have. Anyway, uh, that's what I've got.
Okay, but Mine is shiny because shine bright like a diamond, and it's diamonds.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think this one. Well, I don't think Niet was the first trick taking game I played. Of course, there's
Hmm.
classical, but from a modern board game era type of thing. I think Diamonds was the very first I played,
Okay.
and then we played Niet with you, because Diamonds
Okay.
I played before I went to board game camp.
Yeah. I
And
just
this
remember
one is
some people when I was teaching Niet didn't really understand the concept of trick taking, but maybe that wasn't you.
no, I knew the concept of
Okay.
that at that time. Yeah, but it's difficult. It's if you play trick taking game for the first time, it's quite difficult
Hmm.
to understand, or not. I don't know what to say. It's just
They're concepts you have to learn, and some people who were playing Niet
trying to
didn't quite
find a
understand
picture.
those. So yeah,
Anyway, here you go. Just a picture, different stuff.
yeah,
It's cards. Anyway, yeah. What you want to do? You want to collect those crystal diamonds. I'm sorry, those diamonds as
yes,
points behind your screen, behind your vault. And the thing is that you play your usual trick taking game, but and I don't remember exactly how it's done, but certain cards that you get uh, based on what they are, you get to perform an action. You know, either put the diamond in front of you, or two diamonds, or put the diamonds in front of your vault, inside your vault, so you're not safe until they are in the vault,
right.
in the vault. But at first you're always picking the diamonds from the center to your in front of your vault, and
That's right.
that way other people can also with that steal diamonds in front of your vault and put them in
That's true.
their vault. A little bit of take that in there. It's a twist enough for me to put it on the list, because it's a classical trick taking game, but this interesting twist of managing the
Sure.
resources which become points. So
Yep. It's a very interesting game. It's kind of it was one of the first of this sort of modern renaissance in trick taking where it just sort of did something different because lots of before it was very early on in kind of the modern trick taking concepts. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's a little less intuitive for people who've only played hearts and spades, but it's a fun game that is quite interesting and holds up pretty well.
well, yeah, Niet came out in '97, but was picked up by Yellow much later, and then
It was.
became a bit more popular. I don't
Yeah.
think it was really popular before that, and
Net was
it's
available as part of a sort of a trick-taking anthology, is what it was before it was picked up and published as a standalone.
and I don't know if Diamonds is still published. Probably not.
I don't know. It did quite well for Stronghold Games, but it was one of their kind of earlier games when they
Yeah.
were putting stuff out. But yeah, it's a good one.
Anyway, let's get to numero tres, number three.
Okay. There we go. Number three. My number three is the only solo trick-taking game that I have played that I
Mm-hmm.
think. No, I played the Fellowship of the Ring solo, but this one is only for solo, and it was a really interesting surprise for me because solo trick taking doesn't seem like it should work. The game is called For Northwood.
Yeah, I was like, solo? You'd always win.
Well, no, actually, you don't. So the game kind of looks like a children's game, but it really is not. Um,
Does it
what you
have any
have
adult content?
that it does not have adult content, but you
Uh,
have there's I think seven rulers that are kind of out in a row. They're the various these, and you're trying to get them to support your cause. And so you're going to approach a ruler. You have a hand of cards, and that ruler has you need to win a certain number of tricks exactly to win their favor. And you're trying to get 20 points of favor. That's a perfect game. At least I believe there's sort of a rubric of how well you did, but 20 means you really won. And so you're going to pick the ruler, and you have 4 cards in front of you that are special abilities that you can use once each turn before you see what the ruler is going to play. And so they're going to flip the top card of the deck, and then you're always following. So you have to either follow that if you can, or if you can't, you can play anything. And there is a trump, whatever the suit of the ruler is, because the ruler is going to be a king, a queen, a jack, or a prince.
Mhm.
And for example, if it's the Prince of Eyes, you're going to need to play. Whoever plays the highest eye is going to win. Whereas if somebody, and so if you follow suit and you play the trump suit as it is, then you'll win. Otherwise, whoever played the highest of the lead suit will win. And then you're going to kind of collect the number of tricks you've won. And if you get exactly that number, no more, no fewer, and I think it goes from 0 to 7. So there's one where you have to win nothing, and one where you have to win essentially all of them. And then if you succeed, you're going to score that card, and then you're going to play until you either can't win or until you have won as much as you can, and then calculate your points. It's really interesting. There's some scenarios too. It only works for one player, and it's a tiny box. This is a perfect travel game. It's a great little card game that just doesn't feel like anything else, yet it's a full trick-taking experience for just one player.
Okay, fine. I applaud you
Hey,
for
it fits the list.
tanking it solo now. That's fine. My number 3 is difficult to explain, but it has a cat on
Meow.
the box and
Where?
in the
Oh,
box.
on the box. In the box. Hmm.
On the box and in the box. There's colossal cat in the box, but I wouldn't dare to approach that kind of a box if there's a
It's
colossal
not that
cat,
great.
a lion. Anyway, this is it's a weird trick
It's
taking
very weird.
game. You kind of pick colors um that you cover up, and essentially you're kind of, when you play a card, you say what it is. It's like
Yep.
you create a card, you create a suit, but then you cover it up, and you get less and less choices to
Hmm.
come up with a number because numbers are covered. So you have to be clever what numbers you cover, what numbers you use at what time.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're gonna hit the wall and lose.
You'll cause a
I,
paradox. Hmm.
it could cause a paradox. So it's something very difficult to explain. And when you explained it to us, we're like, what? What's going on? You need to just play it. You need to just try it. It's weird, it's quirky, it's different, but
It
it,
is.
it was a fresh experience. It was
Certainly.
enjoyable.
Yeah, this
So,
is a good one. I really like it. I didn't put it on my list because I only had room for 5, but it's very interesting because you'll play a card and say this is the 4 green, and
yeah.
yeah, and it is. As soon as you play it and say it is, you cover that token up or that spot up on the board, and you have played that card, and no one else can play that card for the rest of the hand. So
Yeah.
that's how it works.
It's how it is. Yeah. I tell you, it's difficult to explain. But that's my number 3.
Very
Cat
well.
in the box and on the box as well, by the way.
Sure.
Literally. Let's get to number 2.
Let's go. All right, my number 2 is one of my very favorite trick-taking games. It's also a trick-taking game for 2 people. It is also in a tiny box, and one that I just love to show to one other person at a time, obviously, because it feels very different. The game is Claim.
Oh, I thought you'll name another one.
Okay, well, maybe I forgot something. But
We'll get to
Claim
that.
is one that I really enjoy. The way claim works is again trick taking, but you're going to divide the deck in half. So you'll shuffle it. So the first half you're going to play the trick and follow, and there's going to be a card that's available. Whoever wins that trick is going to take that card and put it in their special pile, and then whoever doesn't is going to get the top deck off, whatever that is. And then for the first half of the game, the cards that you win, those become your deck or your hand for the second half of the game. And so you're sort of looking at what you're trying to win, thinking, will this help me or not? You're wanting to sort of have the most of the most factions. There's, I think, 5 different factions, 5 different suits, as it were. And you can mix and match. There's several different versions of the game that you can combine if you want. But even, just the base box, you're trying to have the most of the most factions, and whoever does will win. So it's 2 kind of hands, and the first hand is building your hand for the second, which I find very fascinating. There's also special abilities of each of the different suits, and they all do something different. That part is a little hard to remember sometimes, but once you've kind of gone through them, it's easy enough to pick up. But it's just it really shows what trick taking can do, and explores these various different things that you just didn't, that you're like, okay, that game was not what I was expecting. It's a lot of game in a very small box that I really enjoy.
Okay. I've not played it.
Okay.
But the one I thought you will have, well, you started talking about the game, and I'm like, you probably named that one, and you named another one.
Okay.
Mine is
yours claim
2.
two?
No, I wouldn't claim that. Well, mine is a 2-player trick-taking
Mhm.
game in a tiny box.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a lot of those.
I mean, it's a deck of cards. It doesn't need a huge box.
But it's a cooperative game.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Let's set sail.
Ah,
And it's sail.
there you
And
go.
it is a trick-taking game.
It is definitely for 2 people.
Anyone has Sail Legacy? What?
Sail Legacy was just on Kickstarter, and it looks fantastic.
Basically, what you're trying to do, you're trying to traverse the map,
Mm-hmm.
get to the end, play your tricks, cooperate, and yeah, try to survive. You have some. Did we have some special abilities? That one I don't remember.
Yeah, each
some
player chooses a pirate, and the pirate has a small special ability, which could be something as, one of them is because there's a passing phase, so one of them might see the other person's card first and then choose what to pass.
Yeah.
One of them might say, if you win 2 cards of the same number, move an extra space or something like that. Small special abilities.
Yeah, and so the thing is that you're trying to coordinate how you play the cards, and
Without
traverse
speaking.
the map. What?
Without talking.
Yeah, there's like you're trying to coordinate, and so it's just fun. It's just
Mm-hmm.
fun because it's cooperative. I like it more. It has this movement on the map element,
Yep.
which is not huge, but still those
I mean,
tentacles, those mountains, obstacles.
you have to move on the map because that's how
Yeah,
you get to the end.
yeah. I'm
It's the whole
yes,
game.
yeah. But the game evolves around playing cards, and the map is just marking, your progress. I mean that one. It's not that you're doing a lot with the map itself, putting different tokens down and playing like worker placement and stuff. It's all about cards still. It's still a trick taking game, but it has this element of movement on the map as well.
That's true. That is true.
That's my number 2.
There you go.
Let's get to the final number 1.
Let's go. All right. My number 1 is a cooperative trick taking game for 2 in a small box, and
Your
that is
favorite
Sail.
person, yeah, the favorite person from Philippines is watching.
Ah, wonderful. Well, welcome. I'll actually be going to the Philippines later this year. So my number 1 is Sail. I have played a whole bunch
Yeah,
of Sail. And the thought of Sail Legacy made me get Sail out. I just really I just really like this one. I like it because again, it's a three-suited trick-taking game, which means it's easier to keep track of the cards. I like because that passing decision is interesting if you consider the special abilities. I like that it's available on Board Game Arena now, so I can always find somebody to play it with me. I took it when I went out to
Mm-hmm.
visit my brother in San Francisco. We played it several times. It's just it looks nice. It's fast. It's easy to play. You know, there's a little bit of wonkiness in remembering because you have to play the right symbols. So you only move if both of you play uh, a ship's helm symbol. You take damage if anybody plays a Kraken symbol, and damage can tank your ship because that's what damage does. It's really interesting, and the more you play it, you sort of learn hidden communication ways that you can do that there, and it's just really a fantastic little trick taking game. And I'm so excited for the Legacy version because first of all, Legacy games I kind of have I have a liking for them. But when you sort of look at if you looked at their sort of Kickstarter for it or whatever it was, they said one thing we wanted to do in this was to make it two-player only so that people can actually finish it. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
much easier to find one person to play through a Legacy with than a group of 16 people that you have to keep scheduling with. So I'm definitely going to finish that one. Anyway, Sail
Yeah.
is just really great. I'm really loving it right now.
And by the way, Kyle, you have a special request from that same person. Here
Oh,
we go.
I'm supposed to shout out, please. Shout out Jasper from the Philippines. Happy very early 20th birthday because your 27th birthday because your 27th birthday isn't until the end of September, but very early.
Here we go.
Hooray!
Request has been granted
Mm-hmm.
by Kyle himself, the great Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see just for a moment. That looks nice. Oh, here we go. That's interesting. It's like a, I see, it's a map. It's this kind of a, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
wired
that's
kind of a map
supposedly.
that you.
I mean, there's more
Mhm.
to it than that, probably, because from what I've heard, you just keep unlocking stuff.
And interesting, will you be destroying some cards? Like you don't have an 8 anymore or something like that. Maybe.
That would be an interesting concept in a trick taking game. I have
Oh,
no
I
idea.
see. Okay, so the numbers and you open. I mean, you're probably gonna discover. I think this would be the legacy that you discover stuff instead of destroying stuff.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Who
I'm
knows?
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I might even buy it myself when it comes out. Well, to have such a legacy game, it's a small game that plays fast, rather fast.
Yeah, and I mean,
Like,
I already enjoy sales, so I know that I'm going to like it.
all right, so my number one, uh, yeah, it's
Am I going to be surprised here?
you're going to be surprised. Yeah.
Okay, surprise me.
Well, I tried to trick you.
Oh, did you now?
I, well, I really tried, my fellow.
Did you succeed?
Not really, it seems, but I really tried, my fellow Samuel. But we must continue our journey in the fellowship of
Mm.
the fellowship of what? Fellowship of fools. Okay.
Well, I'm probably a part of
Here
that
we go.
group.
Yeah, so everything you said about that one, I enjoyed that. Like, basically, I played the crew. Yeah, the
Sure.
crew is fine. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as obsessed with it as many people. I don't like it that much as many people. It was fine. Maybe because it was so abstract. So, like, you do those missions, but what's the purpose? I don't know. I wanted something extra. And then Fellowship of the Ring, and it told me it's like The Crew, but it's Lord of the Rings. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it because Lord of the Rings,
Sure.
and it works. It's thematic enough. It has like Frodo needs to get this one ring, and in this
Mm-hmm.
scenario, uh, you need to save that person. In this scenario, you need to kill those Nazguls, whatever, like and every I don't remember exactly, but every person that's introduced the next scenario, they are thematically integrated into the mission.
Okay.
And so I really enjoy it. It's really good. Um, it's something that I might not buy for myself because I don't play trick taking games, but it's
That's
something
fair.
that if somebody has it, or I go to board game camp or whatever, I will play it. I'll gladly
Good.
play it. It's not my favorite game of all time, but it's really good. One thing is that I'm not a huge fan of the illustrations. I would have loved
Oh.
to have a more beautiful game. In like my opinion, like these illustrations are great, but the people are look at that. Just look.
It's a nice
At me.
stained glass look. That's sort of what they're going for. I actually think the artwork's pretty
What's
nice.
happening with Sam? He's
Well,
bulgy.
these are based on the books more than the movies. There's a
Yeah.
whole lot of characters here that you wouldn't see in those movies.
Ja, gewinne 2 oder mehr Ringkarten for Personen. Okay.
I think that
Yeah.
might be in German.
Yes.
Just a secret.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
That's it.
it's a good game. I enjoy it too. That's why it was on my list. But
And
no, you didn't trick me.
that's I tried. I tried.
But
If
what we could
if it
do is, if you come back when you come back for the cruise, we could sit Victor down and we could just play through the whole thing. Victor's
we'll
played it
see.
too,
We'll
and
see.
he enjoys it.
It's just
So
too early to talk about that,
sure.
but I mean,
But I mean, if you wanted to sort of take it to the end, that's how we would do it.
oh, with Victor?
Hmm.
Take it to the end with Victor? Oh. Um I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure
mean,
I'm ready
we
yet.
could play it all the way through. It'd be a lot of fun.
Okay, okay.
It'd only take about
Okay.
an hour or two.
No, I had another joke in mind, but
Yeah, I wasn't letting
whatever.
you make it. I was just going on.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
keeping, for once, I'm keeping this highbrow.
Okay, okay, yeah. But that's your trick taking games list, and
There we are.
it's I haven't played many. And when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's about five, and then okay, Texas Showdown and the Crew, that's
Hmm.
seven, and it's probably it. Or maybe I played something
Yeah,
that has a trick taking mechanism in it in a
like
mild.
Jiraku.
Yeah, okay, Jiraku 8. That's it, probably. I don't know. So I'm just not into because they're so abstract. But sometimes it's cool to play a simple. Well, if you understand the concept of trick taking, the extra rules that it gives you are usually always simple enough. Like in Yet, like in
Yeah,
Cat in the Box. It sounds weird, but you start playing it. Okay, it just works. You know how to play it.
and that's one of the advantages because once you have that, it's sort of a shared rule set across all of these games, and that allows sort of some exploration in the in the design space. Just because now, we don't, okay, yeah, we're doing the same sort of trick taking stuff. I can just say trick taking stuff, and most people who know trick taking games will know what we're doing, and we can just focus on the new stuff. And that's where the innovation is, and I find that really to be an interesting way to do it.
But interesting. I never understood what's so difficult about myself. What's so difficult about understanding? Like you lead with whatever car you lead with. Everybody else must play
Right.
the same suit. That's it. If somebody plays a
Well,
higher number in that suit, they get the whole thing. They have 1 point. That's it.
hmm,
And there's just trump cards. Okay, trump
yeah,
card is over any other suit. Whatever.
yeah. Well, and again, that's because you understand these rules now. Some people, some people don't have. You've never played one before. That part of the game has you sort of have to ramp up that engine rev that engine a few times, and then,
Yeah.
but once you get it, you get it.
Yeah. It's
Right?
it's not
It's not
tricky.
like and you'll never forget those rules, right? Because that's it's a very natural concept once you get it. But some people that first time or two might need some help getting to
Mm,
the part where they understand
probably.
those core concepts. Just like any other game, but it's just interesting because all most trick taking games have that sort of shared DNA with small variations, but those variations make or break the game.
Yeah. Well, folks, anyway, it seems like we're starting to lose Kyle because eventually, yeah, your connection, sometimes you just
Oh, well,
disconnect and connect back. You had several freezes in the last 15 minutes. So, I don't know what
oh,
happens.
well, who knows? We can end here then.
It's probably some CIA trying to block uh, all the knowledge you have about trick taking games because you might solve the some kind of ancient mystery with that
Very well.
because you have an eye of Horus, whatever it is.
All right, we should end before you need to finish that sentence. Um, all right.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.